Hey everybody, welcome back to microbeerreviews.com. This is a brand new Sam Adams beer that we're going to do review for you guys tonight. This is the Alpine Spring from Sam Adams. It's brand new in 2012. I was able to purchase it in the multi-12 pack in February of 2012, so it's already out. This is a beer I've actually read about before it even came out. I'm a huge fan of Sam Adams. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know that if there's one brewery that I'd have to drink for the rest of my life, I would pick Sam Adams. I don't think they do much that's not to perfection. I think they put a lot of thought and time in what they want to brew, specifically with different blends. I don't think they mess up much, so I'm just going to go ahead and give you that preempt before I tell you about it. Here again, I've read about it. I was excited to finally get a hold of it. The way they marketed this Alpine Spring was to kind of give you the option of a lighter beer after the heavy winter brews. If you read about it on the website, it said that they set out to create a beer that was perfect for both spring and then, but also hardy enough for the colder days while you're transitioning from the warm weather to late spring. It talks about how our brewers have always admired the excellence of small group German lagers with their soft underlying maltiness, clear notes of noble and aroma hops, and clean bitterness. Alpine Springs is going to be in kegs and in bottles, and they even said, they're like, quote, this is a young beer, this is new, this is something they're trying. It's only a few weeks old at this point in February of 2012. The result is, as they describe it, as a unfiltered haze with a soft, fruity ester and a fresh beer right out of the fermentation tank. Now it is not a clear beer. You probably can't see it because this is not the best lighting, but it is a cloudy beer. It looks to me like a summer beer. It has that cloudy kind of Hefeweizen look. A little bit of head, not too much, but what I call a very good Sam Adams head. A little bit of lacing around the glass, a nice little coat on the top. Not a ton of carbonation, but a lot still coming up in the bubble aspect. I love the color of this label. This light blue, dark blue label, I think, is a smart idea. To me, it reminds me of the watercolor change in the ocean. I live on the coast of eastern U.S., and our watercolor will go from a kind of a cloudy haze in the wintertime because of the storms and because of the massive, huge cold fronts that come through. And then when the summer warm air starts to come, it clears our water and it starts to look bluer. I mean, that's just my take on it. When you read about it, it says it's an unfiltered lager that's perfect for spring. Grown in the foothills of the Alps, this gives the brew a bright citrus and floral aroma and flavor. They are balanced by slight crisp notes of two-row pale and honey malts. The beer is perfect, I think, for the summer transition because it's 5.5% alcohol. So for a summer beer, that's kind of high. Most summer beers, I would say, are 5.5 or less, even in the 4% range. The IBUs are only 19. So they talk about how they did brew some hops in here. The noble hops are very distinctive hops, but it's not a hoppy beer at all. It also isn't overly sweet. So to me, a summer beer is possibly unfiltered like this, possibly very weedy, and possibly very, what I call citrusy. So lemon, orange, cherry, peach, apricot. This beer to me is none of those. It's got a little bit of, I can kind of taste the honey. I can definitely taste the fact that there's a little bit of hops in here. And the bright, citrusy, spicy hop notes. It's a nice blend, I think, of kind of a citrusy, unfiltered beer, but with a little bit of hop IBU flavor, which to me I would have guessed would be higher than 19. I would have thought this would have been closer to 40. That's the way it tastes to me. It's just got a nice flavor to it. It's very drinkable, and I see what they're going after with this transition because I love winter brews. It's my favorite time of year. It's without a doubt my favorite blend. But I too, even in February, March, I get tired of them. The weather gets warmer. It gets hotter outside. I spend more time outside. Whether you're doing yard work or you're at the beach or at the lake or the river or just whatever, outside playing with the kids, this is a good way to kind of transition your palate to some of the lighter beers. I like what they're doing with this. It makes sense to me. This in a 6-pack would be awesome right now. Because if you've got a 60-something degree day, the sun is shining, Super Bowl's over, it's time to warm up, the tulips are starting to sprout, this would be a good beer to watch do that. So it's only available January through March is what they're saying. In 6-packs, 12 and 12-packs, and then in the Brewer's Choice Variety 12-pack, which is how I got this. So I like it a lot. I will buy a 6-pack of this, definitely, in the next couple of weeks. I'm glad I tried it. I am not a huge fan of summer beers, and I want to make this very clear on this video that I do not like real fruity, citrusy beers. I just think they're just not enjoyable. I'd rather drink a Miller Lite, and there's nothing wrong with that either. But this is a good change. So I like it. I'd give it a 4 at least. It's something I'll definitely buy again. I think you should definitely try it. If you like any Sam Adams beers, you need to try this one. And I don't say this about all of them. There's a few Sam Adams beers that, quite honestly, I don't like at all. Very few. But this is not one of them. So, this is brand new. Brand new. I'm going to post it on our website, microbeerreviews.com. I'll put it on Facebook. I'll put it on Twitter. Feel free to follow us. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please make comments. Let us know what you think if you've tried it. I want to hear what you have to say. Most importantly, thanks for watching microbeerreviews.com. We'll see you again real soon. Lots of videos uploading shortly. Cheers.